Hi, and welcome to Simply Fun's online school of playology. In this session, we'll tell you about Simply Fun's adorable early counting and number recognition game, Bubbles and Puddles. Bubbles and Puddles is actually 2 games in one, so it's twice the fun. Bubbles and Puddles can be played with 2 to 4 players. Children ages 3 and up will learn to recognize and count numbers from 1 to 5 and experience new concepts like taking turns. Bubbles and Puddles comes with 1 rubber duck, a large die, 24 round game tiles with bubbles on the front and puddles on the back, plus a cloth bag to store all the pieces in. For the Bubbles game, use the blue side of the tiles face up with Bubbles the duck in a tub full of bubbles. For the Puddles game, use the yellow side of the tiles face up with Puddles the duck splashing in a puddle. To play, place the game tiles in a large circle with tiles in front of each player. Each player's tiles should form a small arc with spaces on either side, so it is clear where individual players' tiles begin and end, but altogether the tiles should form one big circle. The rules are the same for both games, but the objectives are different. To win the Bubbles game, you have to be the last player with a tile left in play. To win the Puddles game, you have to be the first player to discard all your tiles. The youngest player begins by setting the rubber duck in the middle of her tile section, so there are the same number of tiles on either side of the duck. She will roll the die and move the duck in a clockwise direction, starting from the middle of her section to begin play. Whoever has the duck in their tile section is the active player, so if the duck doesn't move very far, it is possible for the active player to take more than one turn in a row. The active player rolls the die and moves the duck clockwise around the tiles, counting the number on the die. When the duck lands on a tile, that tile is removed and placed in the discard pile. If the active player rolls a duck, the duck doesn't get to move, but the active player has to take a tile from the discard pile and put it back in his tile section. This is good when you're playing Bubbles, but not so good when you're playing Puddles. Continue play until either every player's tiles are gone but one, and you have a Bubbles winner, or one player discards all his tiles, and you have a Puddles winner. With Bubbles and Puddles, children get lots of practice recognizing and counting from numbers 1 to 5. They also get to practice taking turns and being patient. Great skills for players of any age.